This is game number 3 as the Raleigh Red Wolves take on the Gloucester Nexco. We are playing this game from the West Deptford rinks, the off-site location for this year's championship. We're pretty close to the Delaware and like right across from the airport. You'll see a lot of planes flying in and out. But playoff implications here. Currently in the standings, the Red Wolves are currently at number 5, and that's because despite them winning both their games, their goal differential is +2. Because several other teams got a better goal differential. But if the Red Wolves can get a win here and get a big lead, they'll put themselves in great position to get a higher seed than 5, because a 4 or higher will guarantee them a spot in the quarterfinal. Nexco sitting at 5 points and at risk of elimination before the playoffs even start. We get underway as we start off the Nexco under control. And played with a high stick, and it will go into neutral. Max Churchill in the net for the Nexco, and Jim Trebus gets the call for the Red Wolves. They do have number 71, Ryan Parisi, who back in game number 1 against the Flagler Venom was assessed a major and game misconduct for cross-checking as it comes all the way down and icing against Nexco. But he is on the floor for this game. It was a very testy matchup between them and the Venom, which the Red Wolves did defeat earlier today 3-2. The draw will be to the left of Churchill. Nick said it will take the draw and will be facing off against Cameron Collette. Collette wins the draw, but it goes right back to Pelka at the point. Looks for a wrist shot. It's blocked. Be lifted up. Tries to turn around. And Parisi with a shot going wide and wide into the corner. Turn around, and David Lane trying to get through. He gets knocked down. No call. We play on. Collette trying to break through and pushed in by Parisi. Around the boards as Martin Witt takes a look and now lifts it up. Through center, knocked down at the blue line. Shot wide of the net. The shot coming from James Vidala. Austin Haas the other way. 1-on-1. Takes the outside route as he waits for his team to change. Takes a poke check. But turns it over. Turnaround shot save by Churchill. Up the boards. Battle for control along with Ethan Brennan. Everyone fighting for it. 2 Red Wolves on top of it. Coming out with this Jacob Ennis. Takes a poke check and out it goes over to Vidala. Centers it up. Terrence Lane will lift it up, and an outfield catch by Jim Trebus and a face-off to his right. So the previous 2 games, Nick Cassetta and Parker Zarek with hat tricks amongst themselves. Before the game, the Red Wolves are trying to pick who would be the next one to go for the hat trick. In the meantime, here's a shot blocked coming from Tavon Bozeman. Tried to go across the net, nothing there. And bumped off the ball, trying to push across the line. Turns into a possible 3-on-1. Parker Zarek on the left wing. Hits the brakes, wrist shot goes wide of the net. Picked up by James Vidala. Game pressure by Austin Haas. Throws it back behind the net to Bozeman. In the left corner, now throws it up the wing over to Ethan Brennan. But held in by Luke Jones. Sends it right. Haas tries a shot, goes wide and into the banner. Ennis can't hold on to it. And Nexco the other way. Alex Collette throws it into the right corner. Will be picked up by Tyler Southern. Both teams go for a change. Red Wolves backtrack. Luke Jones behind his own circle, now crosses. We'll get Gino Giangreco up over to Matt Reardon, right to Nico Woodring. He'll try to drive it. but places it in the corner. Taken away by Zachary Lacey. But Bozeman still getting into the back check as it goes into Darren Chernoff, drops it back. Gian Greco tries a shot, gets blocked, comes out to open floor, and with speed, Martin Witt takes away an opportunity. Drops it back, goes off a glove. It would have been a hand pass, it's waved off. Reardon goes right to Woodring, takes up, and he's taken down, and a penalty against the Nexco play, and Nico Woodring down, and this one looks serious. Up in the face, it was a huge hit along the boards. Nico Woodring shaken up. Nexco has had some penalty issues throughout this tournament. As Woodring trying to get up under his own power. So right now it's just a minor penalty on the board as he will walk it off and head back to the bench. But the Red Wolves will go on the power play and try and take advantage of an undisciplined Nexco team. 6:40 left in the first period. So the call is roughing as Zachary Lacey heads to the box. And the Red Wolves with our first power play of the game. Won by Nexco. Attempt to clear, lifted up in the air over to Parker Zarek. Everyone fighting along the wall. That hollering you hear is actually coming from the other rink. That's the Suffolk game that we're watching. They are currently leading 3-0. One of the teams that the Red Wolves are currently trailing in the standings. As a shot gets blocked over into the corner. Goes back over to Southern. Can he hold the line? No, he can't. The Red Wolves retreat back to the blue line. Parker Zarek on the right wing. Faces two defenders. Now tries to drop it back. Finds Southern. Goes left. Cassetta. Down low to Haas. He'll try to go for the slot. Shot! Stopped by Churchill. Haas plays to himself. The Nexco attacking the ball carrier aggressively. Goes left. Cassetta with a shot. Save by Churchill. Goes back to Cassetta. Right circle. Draws it back. Zarek takes a look. Goes over to Southern. Southern gets pressured. Sends it up. Haas takes a look. Back to Southern at the point. There goes right. Zarek goes across. And it could not pull the trigger. Had it set up for Nick Cassetta. As a shot goes wide from Zarek. Zarek back to the point. Penalty is over. Back to Haas. Wide angle shot. It's wide. Comes back into the left corner. Goes to the boards. Nothing called. We play on. Cassetta tries to drive the slot. Passes left. With a shot. Blocked. Tries again. Cleared into the corner. Austin Haas over to Ennis. Back behind the net again. Cassetta taking a couple of looks. Now back to Ennis in the left corner. Drops it back to Nick Cassetta. Now it goes back to Southern at the point. He'll slap one in. Blocked and out of play into the parking lot. 4:35 left in the first period. So the face off to the left of Churchill as Matt Reardon will step up and take the draw. As the refs are just trying to get a new ball. Face off. Reardon in the circle. And it'll go to the open side of the rink. Nexco have it. Put up by James Vidala. But this is going to go for icing, and we'll come all the way back. As far as scoring is concerned for the Nexco, Connor Vitans is the points leader, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. For goal leaders, he is tied with Cameron Collette, who has 9 points and six goals. Played off the wall. Pelka holds it in. Wide open for Reardon. He'll try a shot. Wide in the net. Rebound. Can't get to it. Plays back to the point. Played around. Over to James Vidala on the right circle. A great poke check. They're still playing the cycle. Back in the slot. Turns around. Tries a backhand. Gets blocked. Tries again. And a save by Trevis. Along the wall. Trying to push it up. They do. On the attack. It's Ethan Giangreco who comes all the way down and it turns into an icing against the Red Wolves. And it looks like they actually waved it off. With a correction, it was actually an offside. And one back over to the neutral zone and placed around the boards. Battle for control. Barrett Modi in the mix now. Back behind the net. David Lane reverses back to Modi. Feels pressure. Will leave it back to the point. Gino Giangreco goes across. Martin Witt tries a shot wide off of the banner. Rebound and covered up by Churchill. So just like in the previous game, the Red Wolves in firm control of possession. Since the penalty call, only one shot on net on Trevis. Won by the Red Wolves. Shot from Witt goes wide of the net. Barrett Modi into the left corner. Gets pressured. Back behind the net. Tries to go back. Modi again in the corner. Now back to the point. Giangreco tries a shot wide of the net. And Cassetta takes a stick with him and a penalty called, and that's a shot being thrown on. It hits David Lane between the legs. Nick Cassetta had dragged a stick along with him, and I think he's going to get penalized. The call is holding the stick.
Sit down. I actually don't know how to help you right now.
So with that, the Nexco will go on the power play. As Nick Cassetta goes to the box for holding the stick. So face-off will be to the right of Trevis, and they're going to send Cameron Collette to the draw. It's won by the Nexco. Parisi tries a shot, blocked. Battling on the boards, Parisi again. Tries a backhand across, cleared away, back to the point. Held on, shot, it's saved by Trevis off the shot from Connor Vitans. Back to Vitans. Tries a shot, goes wide of the net. Takes a look, and the PK unit gets to work and clears his own. Churchill will drop it off and sends it up over to Vitans. Vitans facing Modi, now plays it off the boards. Along the right wall, and now plays back. Shot from Jeff Kennedy, and is wide the net. Oh. As it comes all the way back down. Kennedy sends it up to Vitans, goes right. Back to Vitans at the point. Covered by Modi, sent to the outside. Thinks about shot, save by Trevis. Rebound attempt from by Parisi. Now the whistle blows as they make the cover. So 1:54 left on the game clock. 19 seconds left on the Cassetta penalty. Face off to the left of Trevis. Reardon will take the draw, and he'll be facing James Vidala. Reardon wins draw. They will clear the zone. 15 seconds left on the penalty. Churchill will just play it up over to Jeff Kennedy. Stretch pass to the right. Off of Vidala, back to Vitans. Facing trouble. We're back to full strength. Parker Zarek chasing down Kennedy. Back behind the net. Sent around the boards. And Matt Reardon had it for a moment, but goes back to Pelka. Taking a couple of looks now, just sends it into the left corner. Pelka takes it to the left boards, tries to center up. Nothing there. Back to Zarek, tries a turnaround shot, blocked. Back into the corner. Jacob Bennis will throw it back behind the net. Reardon takes a look. 1 minute left in the first period. Over to Pelka. He'll try a shot. Saved by Churchill, and he'll cover. Meanwhile, in the other rink, the Suffolk Super Gremlins leading their game 3-1. Again, they're one of the teams that the Red Wolves are chasing, as they currently hold the number 4 spot. A win for Suffolk will surely mean that they're going to claim a top 4 spot. But there are other teams that they can catch up to. A quick shot gets blocked as Woodring back on the floor after the injury. And whoa, sliding across as Nexco stepped on the stick. That ended up being Aiden Cornetta. And offside as Austin Haas disagrees with the call. And that's going to be a face-off at neutral. So 36 seconds rather. It's played around by Southern, but got interrupted on the way. Lucas Cornetta tries to clear up, held in, tries a shot, gets blocked, goes into the corner. Chernoff goes back behind the net. Austin Haas trying to look for a center. A lot of traffic in the slot. He'll try to wrap it around, stopped by Churchill, and gets the call to cover, and he will with 14 seconds left. Well, the Nexco defense has been one of 2 ways: protect the net or attack the ball carrier. It'll be Haas on the draw. And he'll win it. Back over to Southern. He'll wrist one. Saved by Churchill. Came loose for a moment, and he'll cover. 8 seconds left in the period. And the Red Wolves win the draw. Tries to look for something at the point. Can't. Goes for the slot. Nothing there. 3 seconds left. And that is going to do it for the period. The Red Wolves kept pushing that period, but nothing getting through. A few stops by Churchill. But the Nexco defense holding up as we enter the first intermission with no score. Ready for the second period. The Red Wolves have won the possession game, but nothing doing. Both teams have had a chance on the power play and did not convert as we get underway in period number 2. Nexco will have control. Up the wall to Zachary Lacey. Powers to the outside. Tries to center up. Shot! And he whiffs it wide. Along the boards, Cade Cooper pinned up into the corner. And good stick by Luke Jones as he swatted down behind the net. Now up to David Lane on the right. Tries a blind pass. And it's a juggling act by Nick Aceta. And they were offside. Nick Aceta being fancy, juggling the ball on his stick as he was running down the floor. So 31 seconds gone, and the face-off. The call was actually that it was played with a high stick by a Nexco player, so the face-off will come down low to the right of Churchill. Nick Cassetta with the draw, wins it. Modi goes back to the point. Luke Jones throws it down the floor, turns it over. Up the wing. Now sends it all the way down. But it's going to turn into an icing, and the Nexco don't like that call. And Cameron Collette voicing his displeasure over that call. It'll be going down to the left of shot save by Churchill as it hits the throat protector.
Come on, boys.
Goes a shot save by Churchill. Tries to go for a rebound. Pops up. Everybody lost sight of it. Oh, there's a second ball on the floor. I didn't see where that came from. That caused a little confusion. But play comes the other way. Luke Jones spins around. Spins off of Terrence Lane. Tries to clear. Turns it over. Shot misfires. And it'll be cleared out of the zone. Bozeman will take control, and he'll just throw it down to the right wing. Going to the inside is Cooper. Shot saved by Trebus. We cleared into the corner by Martin Witt as both players go down, getting entangled up. No call from anyone. We play on. And Modi plays to himself on the right wing. Plays to the corner. He'll try a shot off the outside of the net. Back to the left corner. Austin Haas behind the net, feeling pressure. Getting chased down by Jeff Kennedy. Tries to spin it around. Gets stopped, and Bozeman will take it for the Nexco. He'll just air it out and just almost hit his target, but there's going to be no icing. Pelka will take it behind the net, pressured by Cameron Collette. Be thrown over to Ethan Brennan. Bozeman out the boards. Couldn't quite find him. Here comes Zarek the other way. Zarek with a shot save by Churchill. Loose in the slot, taken away. Over to Connor Vitans. He'll try to play to himself over to the right corner. Parisi makes contacts on the boards. Parker Zarek now over to Jacob Ennis. Trying to play to himself to the right corner. But it's going to be beaten there by Ethan Brennan. Stretch pass turns it over. Southern with a shot save and lands behind the net. On the outside, shot, another save by Churchill. He'll hang on. 7:15 left in the second period. Meanwhile, on the other rink, the Super Gremlins now lead 4-1 in their game, currently killing a penalty. Face-off won by the Wolves. Shot, rebound! Oh, and almost has something for Ethan Giangreco. Had a wide open net, but couldn't find the handle. Throws back and across the line.
Come on, Black.
Gino over to Reardon. It will be lifted up and over into the opposite corner. Vitans trying to push it out. Physical play picking up. Back to the point. Luke Jones will throw it down the right wing. Shot! Saved by Churchill and goes out of play. .644 left in the second period, and Churchill holding up his end of the deal, but the Nexco defense has been very aggressive on the ball carrier today. Goes back to the point. Gino Giangreco tried to feed in the slot, nothing there. Mike Cassetta moving in the left corner. Thrown around the boards. Trying to get Ethan Giangreco and covered up by Churchill. But I think it's going to have to come down to a lucky bounce for the Red Wolves with how much traffic that the Nexco are putting in the slot. And face off into the corner. Cut off by Batans, but Modi will take it into the opposite corner, trying to fight off Terrence Lane. Nexco with control. Tries to poke it away. They do get it across, but the Red Wolves will return it. Nexco back under control. Batans takes it to the left wing. He'll try a shot save by Trevis. Sends it across. Connor Collette tries a shot. Goes into the opposite corner. Luke Jones sends it back behind the net. Gino Giangreco will play it off the left wing. Barrett Modi tries to force through. He does get it out of the zone. The Nexco tag up. They'll re-enter. Tries a shot save by Trevis. He'll hang on with 5:45 left. So I believe that is the first shot on net this period for the Nexco. They've had a few attempts at the net, but they've all missed the mark. Again, as far as the standings are concerned, with the Red Wolves having 2 wins, all but assures them that they will be in the tournament bracket, but it's just a matter of where they're going to be placing and if they're going to go straight to the quarterfinal. As the ball comes all the way back. They would first need to win this game first, and then it would come down to goal differential as there's no movement along the wall and a face-off. And they're going to determine to place this one deep into the Nexco territory. Every time I say Nexco, it sounds like a gas company. I need to see where that came from. I think you just heard Colette again. Well, this team's getting easily frustrated. We've seen that in their game against Flagler. Centering pass, and it gets knocked away. Lifted up by James Fadala. Goes to the outside. Parisi on the left corner, pressured by Pelka. Parisi will try to reverse it behind the net, but rejected by Pelka, and out it goes. As trying to get there with speed was Ennis, but there was already 2 Nexco right on top of it. Trying to glove it down. Everyone trying to fight for it. The Red Wolves have it. Austin Haas on the right wing. Centering pass to Zarek. Lost control. And thrown into the scorekeeper's table with 4:45 left. So the face-off will come down low again in Nexco territory. It'll be Reardon taking the draw. Face off to the right of Churchill. As they're currently waiting, as one of the Nexco players is making an equipment adjustment. I believe that's Vidala. Just a relacing of the shoes, and we're back underway. Back to the point. Jones tries a shot, gets blocked. Woodring, back to the point. Southern, wrist shot. It's tipped wide behind the net. Reversing back is Bozeman. Getting pressure by the forecheck, goes into the corner. Parisi getting entangled up, but the Nexco have it. Here they come the other way. It's Vidala. Tries to get through, but stripped away. Here's Woodring on the right wing. Tries to center up, nothing there. Chernoff centers up to Reardon. Tries a shot, goes wide of the net. Woodring trying to get there, but Nexco clear it out, and will this be icing? Yes, it will. It'll come all the way back with 3:58 left. Want to see the Red Wolves try to go for more deflections there with how much traffic there has been in the slot. As Nick Cassetta will take the draw, and he'll lose this one. It will be lifted up and right over Southern. Will be taken away by Luke Jones. Jones reverses, goes into the corner, and just tries to throw it around, getting pressure by the forecheck. Now up to Modi on the left wing. Tries to center up, does not find lane, but does get Nick Cassetta in the right corner. Tries to take it behind the net, thinks about it. Holds up, he goes down. Penalty is going to be called against the Nexco. Delayed call. It's going to be Luke Jones as they try to put the extra man on. And they will be touched up, and the Red Wolves will go on the power play. The call is tripping. It's going to be Ben Favaza going to the box. The stick just got into the feet of Cassetta, draws the call, and the Red Wolves will have their second power play. Throughout the whole tournament, they got one power play goal, and that belongs to Parker Zarek. As it goes back into the corner, that buzzer here is not us, that's in the other rink. As it goes back over to Southern. Wide open at the point. Shot going wide. Rebound. Nothing available there for Cassetta as it's covered by Churchill. So speaking of the other rink, the Suffolk Super Gremlins leading their game 4-1 heading to the third period. So it's looking like they're going to secure one of the bye spots. There's a quick shot. Blocked, wide open. Everyone fighting for it, and it goes off into the wall, and it will be. Oh, but it was played with a high stick, and we'll have a face-off at neutral. And they're actually going to put this one all the way down. So defensive zone draw for the Red Wolves, and Zarek will take this draw, or correction, it's going to be Haas.
Let's go, guys.
And it's going to be won by the Red Wolves. Lifted up high, trying to go for Cassetta, but he has to beat Connor Vitans, who gets there first, and will be lifted up. Glove down by Southern. Only 3 defenders back. Winds up, shot going high and hits the fence. Red Wolves still under control. Tries to feed one down low, gets blocked, and will be pushed up by Alex Collette. And now a possible one-on-one chance. Terrence Lane trying to kill time, trying to attack the slot, and covered by Jim Trebus. 22 seconds left on the penalty, 2:05 left in the period. That's the Nexco PK unit getting a shorthanded opportunity against Trebus. It'll be Reardon against Collette. Won by the Red Wolves. Back to Pelka, sends it off the boards. Stretch pass to David Lane. Gets pinched to the boards. It'll be thrown back down again. Only 10 seconds left on the penalty. Pelko will take a look. Only time for one chance. We got Martin Witt on the right. Oh, big collision there. And nothing called. Zachary Lacey ran right into Martin Witt. Wide open shot. Oh, no! Matt Reardon had a wide open 6x4 and he skies it. And the Nexco not happy about that collision with Zachary Lacey, and I think the rest are going to take notice here. A little chirping coming from the benches.
Here we go, Black!
And this is what I mentioned earlier. Nexco has had a history of taking some nasty penalties, but this one, he just ran right into Cassetta, and he just took the worst of it as it goes all the way down for icing. But on that note, Nick Cassetta has been the center point. He has been involved in now his third collision, one in each game. Yeah, one of them did end up in a goal, and that was back in game number 1. Now stretch pass over to the right side. It's Parisi. Shot goes wide of the net. Around the boards. Ethan Giangreco looking to play for himself. It'll be lifted up, and it is going to be icing. I heard the Red Wolves bench say offside, but it really didn't matter. So 1:07 left in the second period, still no score, and things starting to get chippy. Nick Cassetta will take the draw for the Red Wolves. And they're going to kick Collette out of the draw. It's going to be won by the Red Wolves. In the slot, wide open, and Modi unable to pull the trigger. Back to Gino. Shot going wide. Rebound attempt saved by Churchill. Less than a minute left in the period. DC inside. Nick Cassetta tries to go, but it is pushed out of play by Vitans, and a face-off to the right of Churchill. "51 seconds left in this period, and by 6 o'clock today we will figure out what the seating will be for tomorrow." Face off won by the Nexco. They'll take it behind their own net. Pressure by Modi, and now David Lane moves in on the forecheck. They'll send it up the left wall. Stretch pass to the right, but sends it right into his own bench, and it's going to come back. "37 seconds left in the period. Still yet to get our first goal. And Cassetta will win the draw. Get some help from David Lane. Now drops back to Luke Jones. Tries to feed one. Pass through a couple of legs. Modi back over to Cassetta. Gets a return to Modi. Tries to feed into the slot. Stopped. Still loose in his slot. Still in there. Comes out to the right corner. Now the Nexco back the other way with 20 seconds left. And a penalty will be called against the Red Wolves. And I think it's going to be David Lane going to the box. So it'll be a Nexco power play, and it will be their second power play of the day. So they'll have the remainder of the power play, or the period on the power play.
Come on, Dean.
So right now the Red Wolves' focus is just get out of the period. In the draw is Ethan Brennan, tied up, and bounces in front, cleared away as a stick goes flying. It's Nick Cassetta fighting for control, 9 seconds left.
Come on.
Trying to break through for a shorting attack, not there, 4 seconds left. Parisi going to the outside, a little too far, and he will run out of time. But that power play will carry over to the third period, 1:11 left on that. But we've gone 2 periods and we still have no score. Ready for the third period. And the Nexco still have 1:11 on the power play as David Lane's still in the box. And the PK unit goes straight to work. And what was the whistle for? They were still on the power play. One of the Nexco players was saying play it, but the whistle had already blown, so it is a dead ball. And with Cameron Collette on the draw, he'll win this one. On the plus side, it does kill some time on the penalty. Centers to Vitans, goes right. Finds Lane. Tries a shot, goes high. Bounces off. And cleared away. And off the official, a fortunate bounce for the Red Wolves. Martin Witt takes it back behind the net. Feeling pressure, tries again, and this time they get it out. A fortunate bounce for the Red Wolves as it goes off the official. Back to the point. Collette. Centers. Vitans. Slaps one. Goes wide. Rebound attempt. Saved by Trebus. And another penalty coming up. And this time, it's going against the Nexco. So delayed call. As Zarek centers it up as Trebus goes to the bench for the extra attacker. It's Pelka. Tries to power through, but will be touched up. And we will have 2 seconds of 4-on-4 and then a Red Wolves power play. It will be their third one of the game, and so far, both teams 0 for 2 on the power play. So the face-off will go to the left of Churchill. So after 2 seconds, Lane will come back on the floor. But in the meantime, some room to work with. Face-off. Won by the Red Wolves. Back to the point. Lane is back on the floor. We're on a power play. Back to the wall. Zarek. Back to the point. Over to Southern. Goes left. Cassetta. Back to Southern, but it is out of his reach, and out it goes. 1:10 left on the power play. Goes across. Finds Austin Haas. Haas going back to the point. Southern tries a shot. Save. Loose ball. Another save by Churchill. Second chance. It's blocked. Great defensive play. There's another shot, and that one goes wide from Haas. Sarek on the right corner. Feels pressure. Bozeman bumps him off the ball and throws it out of play. 40 seconds left. And they're taking it to neutral, even though I thought that Bozeman was the one that threw it out. So a face-off at neutral, and it'll be Haas on the draw. He'll win it for the Red Wolves. Sarek going left, Southern. Looks, goes across. Sarek, back to Southern. 30 seconds left on the power play. Here's Haas, shot, save, loose ball in front. Will be cleared away, and out it goes. 20 seconds left on the power play. Got time for one more rush. Nick Cassetta goes left. We'll find Haas. Got 5 seconds left on the power play. Tries to drive the slot, knocked away, and out it goes by Parisi, and we're back to full strength. Tyler Southern behind his net. Gets covered by Ethan Brennan. Up on the boards, Haas pressured by Vitans. Vitans takes it away. Back to the slot, but Luke Jones bumps him off. Tried to go to Woodring and out of his reach, but the Red Wolves will go for the change. Almost had the call for Terrence Lake. And they say it's not offside. The Nexco bench up in arms over that, but covered by Churchill. They thought that they were offside, but there was no signal.
Yeah, I'll take it. I got you.
So 6:48 remaining in the third period. Bearden takes the draw on the left side. We'll be facing up against Colette. Colette wins the draw. Will be out of the zone. Taking a look as Jones, as he gets chased by Zachary Lacey. And sends up wide open. Tries a shot, it's blocked. He mishandled it, and it took too long to set up the shot. Tries to clear the zone, and then maybe a chance for Chernoff, as he'll just throw it off the end boards. Churchill attempts to clear, and will find his way to lane. He'll spin off. Faces pressure on the back check, and Chernoff bumps him off the ball. And it goes out of play off the pass from Lucas Cornetta, and a face-off. So 6:05, and we have yet to have a goal. Face-off will come down deep into the Nexco territory. Nick Cassetta on the draw. Up against Cameron Collette. Cassetta wins the draw. Back to Pelka. Tries to throw it in. And back the other way they go. Trying to use speed. Almost had Pelka slide out of the way. Battle along the boards. It's Terrence Lane. Now moving in is Aiden Cornetta. Be lifted up, and it will stay in play. Now, is it going to make the distance for icing? They're going to say no, it will not make the distance. They'll take a look with 5:39 left. Another stretch pass on the left wing goes right by. And he's sent up by Gino Giangreco, and sends it all the way down. And Churchill gets it away. Pressured in the slot. Nexco trying to clear the zone. And Aiden Cornetta tries to clear, held in. Nick Cassetta left it behind. Cornetta trying to deke to the inside, but blocked by Pelka. He'll throw it back behind the net. Spins around, tries to look for a clear, not available, but they will get it back and clear the zone. And is this going to hit Churchill? Yes, and now we'll wave off the icing, and that is good news for the Red Wolves, as they'll have an offensive zone draw. 4:56 left. The team's still unable to solve each other. Mainly has to do with the forecheck and back check. On the other rink, it looks like the Suffolk Super Gremlins are going to win their game and pretty much secure their spot in the top four. Loose ball in the circle, comes loose, back to Southern. He'll wrist one, goes wide, Rebound attempt. Shot. He scores! Austin Haas! On the left circle, and they finally break the tucking. It's 1-0.
He did a standing master.
Anybody want pretzels?
Wait, get it back. No, thank you. They look delicious, though.
So after working endlessly on solving that Nexco defense, they finally break through. Austin Haas will get the goal. It'll be Reed Southern. He'll backtrack. Lifts it up. Bozeman gloves it down. Pressured. Haas gets away. Drops it back. It feeds down low. Haas has a chance. Shot. Save by Churchill. Tried to go for the glove side, but he closed that area. .430 left, but as we've learned with the Red Wolves all tournament long, no lead is safe. Off the draw, Haas trying to fight through. Everyone fighting in the slot. Now it's over to Ennis in the left corner. Pass it behind the net. Haas takes a bump, feeds in the slot. Shot, what a save by Churchill! And now trying to dig his way around to Nexco, clear the zone, but back the other way, it's Haas. Pressure to the outside. Reverses. Looking to go across. Finds Southern. Goes down low. Shot from Woodring goes wide. Tries to go back to the point. Glove down. Will be cleared up by Ethan Brennan. Parisi on the left. Hits the brakes on the left corner. That is not our horn. And the Red Wolves take control. We back the other way. The Nexco sends it across. Left side, Parisi takes a bump, and Darren Chernoff. There is a Dylan Chernoff, but he's not on this team. Sliding in. Nothing called. We play on. Darren Chernoff sliding in. Centering pass from the Nexco. Trying to drive. The net shot goes wide off of lane. Trying to break through is Colette in the circle. It's out of the zone, approaching 3 minutes left. Churchill will drop it off. Taking a quick look is Connor Vitans on the right wing. He'll take a bump. He's looking for a call, and he will get it. So cross-checking against Nico Woodring, and a critical power play for the Nexco. So the third attempt for the Nexco, 0 for 2 so far today. In a critical power play, which will determine where this game goes. So the other rink just went final. Super Gremlins win their game 4-1, so that will pretty much shield their spot in the top 4. Face off won by Nexco. Wrist shot, blocked. Tries again, lifts it up in the air, lands in the slot. It will be cleared away by David Lane. Goes up the left wing, attempting to go by himself. Goes off the end boards. It'll be reverse, and Bozeman will take it for Nexco. Stretch pass. Sends left, Colette trying to go for the slot. And great block by Pelka, but it goes back to the point. Tries a shot, whiffs it. Goes back to Lucas Cornetta. Shot, hits the outside. Back to the point. Zachary Lacey. Back to the point. Here's a shot. Goes wide. And will be cleared out of the zone. And Nick Cassette's just going to let this one go. It's Lucas Cornetta will take over. 2 minutes left in regulation. 35 seconds left in the penalty. Cornetta sends left to Bozeman. And blocked by Zarek. He'll push it back. More time off the clock. Now you have to think we're going to keep an eye on Churchill, as he is expected to go at any minute, but not now, because here comes Haas. Centering pass is Zarek. Goes across and he misses Haas. Haas overran the ball. but it does kill more time. Nexco trying to draw a call, not getting it. Penalty is over. 1:24 left. Winds up for a shot, gets blocked, comes out of, and here comes Jacob Ennis on the right wing, on the circle. Goes to the right corner. Back around the boards. Approaching a minute remaining. Keep an eye on Churchill. Spinning around is Alex Colette. Back to the opposite boards. Aiden Cornetta. He'll come all the way down. Less than a minute remaining. Churchill is still in the net. Pass over. Turns it over. Here's a shot. Saved by Trebus with 45 seconds left. And now the Nexco are going to pull Churchill, and it's going to be 6-on-5. And a timeout will be called for Nexco. And you know what they're planning here. Austin Haas with the only goal, and now the Nexco are going to pull Churchill and go 6-on-5. So with Raleigh holding on, we just have to wait and see how the results of the other matchups turn up, because they still, because at this point they're not going to catch Suffolk. But they'll have to see about the North Hills Reapers, the National Mall Rats, and it was the South Hills Invaders, I believe, was the other team that they still have a chance there. Their best chance really is to pass the National Mall Rats. They are really a surprise team out of the DC division. So face off to the left of Trebus. Of course, you know they're going to send Connor Vitans on the floor, and Cameron Colette will take the draw. Setting 3 at the point. One moving down to the slot. Face off one by the Red Wolves. Attempt to clear. Held in by Vitans. Tries a shot off a blocker. Colette with a shot. Goes wide into the corner. 35 seconds left. And a penalty is going to be called. It's going to go against Nexco, and it's a high stick. So that should pretty much put a damper on that, as that will come all the way back down with 31 seconds left. And that will thwart the 6-on-5. So now the only way they're going to attack is without a goalie. So the Red Wolves have the rest of regulation on the power play. The goal is just to kill that clock. But Captain Barrett Modi does remember about the standings. He wants to keep it going, mainly for standings purposes, as it comes all the way down. 25 seconds left, picked up by Martin Witt. They have not pulled Churchill. I would have thought they would have done so already as it comes all the way down, but they will draw an icing, and now they're going to pull Churchill. 15 seconds left, and that will give Nexco time for a couple more shots on net. And the Red Wolves are going to call their timeout. Interesting choice. This is probably for the purpose of sending a message to the team of what they need to be doing defensively. You can expect that Nexco is going to be throwing everything at the net from this point out. Despite them pulling the goalie, it is just going to make it 5-on-5. So, in all actuality, it's just going to make them at even at even strength minus their goalie. So I think this is going to be about man-to-man coverage. It will be to the right of Trebus. Went in to draw this Nexco, but interrupted by Modi. A loose shoe on the floor, taken away by Cassetta. He'll just throw it down in an empty net for Lane, and it's a penalty, but it goes in the net anyway. It's a 2-0 game, and that should seal it. It was going to be a penalty, but the ball goes in the net anyway. Because it was an awarded goal, and they're going to wind the clock, and the game is over. The Red Wolves get the shutout, 2-0 over the Nexco. So they will end the round robin 3-0, and now they have to await their seeding. They are hoping to be seeded 4 or higher, as that will secure a spot in the quarterfinal. But even if they don't make the top 4, they will have to face. They will still be seated higher and will face one of the lower seeded teams, probably as low as 11 or 12, which will make the odds really good for the Red Wolves. But they will have the rest of the day off, and then it is back to work tomorrow. So from West Deptford, New Jersey, this is Daniel Wilson. We'll see you next time.